Great. So you mentioned earlier that we were doing this tech conference back in September, and we're in our eCam headquarters. Everything is going along swimmingly, and all of a sudden, Cox Cable decided to just not work in the middle of this important event. There's a couple thousand people like ready to see what's going on, and normally these things happen. It's a blip. It's a 5 minutes or 10 minutes blip or whatever. No, it was like the whole rest of the day. So I streamed the entire second half of a multi-thousand person conference with an iPhone 12 because Speedify kept it going.
You saw part of
Really?
it? Cool.
Nice. All right, we are famous. You want to say hi to everybody? Now you're on the video. It's a wave. That's the camera right there. Nice. All right. We are going back to look at this guy's house. And it has a lot of white lights. It's nice. I like the wreath. Oh, we didn't notice what's going on in the basement window. It's snowing.
Some takeaways are, first, guys, get started. If I look back at my original lives, they are awful. They're terrible. But we all start somewhere and we all get better. And every time you go live and every time you get on camera, you're going to get a little bit more comfortable.
There he is. Hey, Christian.
Fine.
I think that's where you've got to be a little bit creative. You've got to kind of jump through the screen, and the only way you can jump through the screen is, I think you've got a Peroni like I do.
I do have a Peroni.
And in a few minutes, I think, or maybe now, we're going to open it, but we can share the exact same beer together and we can talk about it. And all of a sudden now, we've reached each other at a deeper level.
But it was like a hard drop. Stream ended. Concurrent viewership halved or thirded. Is if you lose internet connection, even if you have a
Brutal
dedicated,
how fast they go. Yeah.
they'll switch to Netflix. There's too many entertainment options. So I was sitting there like the first time it happened. What can I do? And I looked over at my backpacks of the gear that runs on Speedify. You paid for a year of it. You can use it on any computer or device. So I just pulled out my one of several hotspots I have, hooked it up, cranked up Speedify, and it has never been a problem since.
And lo and behold, you've got one microphone in there, you've got two dongles in there, you've got an Ethernet there, and you've got Wi-Fi running on the thing as well. If only we had some software that we could bond all those signals together and broadcast over. Hey, guess what we did? We started using yours. Others I don't think are available, but we haven't used others. But what we did was we used the Speedify software at a command line level. So it's not running a whole UI which is starting to drain resources. It's really very, very base level. And the really clever people at the BBC got it all working. And we're now presenting whole programs every single day of the year have been presented using this technology. All our weather reports from our weather presenter are done on them.
We're actually at an hour here, but if you don't mind, I'm happy to keep going.
I mean, this build's going to be done in like a minute, so. But here's the build. I don't have a power cable, unfortunately, or I don't have one readily available, but this is what it looks like.
Nice.
Good to go.
We're using software like Speedify to bond our internet connections. So we're using both the iPhone 12's cellular connection, and it's connecting to this Android phone in my hand and using its Verizon connection. So hopefully we get good video even though we're walking around in West Philadelphia. We also talk about stuff like, how to run your business with live streaming. And I think Nate's gonna have a lot of insights. You gotta slide over that way. You're about to walk on the railing. A lot of insights because he's Welcome to Speedify Live at the NABShow, the National Association of Broadcasters. It's big, it's crazy. We're going to be showing you everything that's new. Speaking of new and crazy, I'm with
New
Paul
and crazy,
Richards.
really? Hi, everybody. I'm Paul from the StreamGeeks. We're live on StreamGeeks 2, I believe. I got to check my phone on that.
You should be, yeah.
But we're going to take you guys to see the coolest tech, and that means we're starting at Blackmagic.
Yeah, let's go. So Blackmagic, of course, makes stuff like the A10 Mini, which many of our guests in the past have been talking about how they use that to manage, all their video streams and control the different cameras.
Yeah, so I've been here already. One of the things that I find incredible is this green screen over here. We got to take a look.
Ooh.
Sure.
We have it flipped around.
There we go. All right, this to me is a little mind-blowing, but we got to start on the edges. Then this, take a look from behind here. So it's a camera, but it's got some type of built-in green screen, because you can see that there is a green screen already kind of being applied here.
Wow.
Pretty cool, huh? This camera is the 4K Blackmagic G2, and it has one of these. This is a tally light on the top. See, it says number 8 right there. So usually what will happen is it will illuminate either red if it's live or green if it's in preview and about to be live.
Right, that's really cool with the multiple cameras. So that the people which camera. I always wondered watching TV, how do they know that in talk shows? Almost everyone looks at the right camera.
Oh, in fact, this one over here
right.
has a light on. So
there it is.
This is a popular one here. This camera is the Blackmagic Studio.
So that's the tally light.
Oh, just turned green.
So wait, red is the one that's actually live now?
Yes.
Okay.
Red would be live. So that, and I like the little number system too. I bet you they give you a sticker and you get to choose.
Yeah.
Really smart. You can also see that the Blackmagic cameras generally have an attachable lens.
Mm-hmm.
So this lens here, for example, is a Lumix G.
Very nice.
Now, if we come over to the A10 panels.
Yeah, let's go look at the A10 panel. That's a great idea.
These are the right.
Yeah.
This is probably.
Our guests usually have the mini one.
Yeah. This one is really big, so I think we should go to the mini one and take a look, because you have to be like
how
a
many
TV
things
station.
can they switch them up?
I mean, I'm seeing
Panel 30.
30 cameras.
Right, so you got 30 cameras plugged into this, and pick which one goes out on your live stream. So,
That's a lot.
dream big.
Yeah. I like
Let's
the dream
go find
big.
the mini
Let's
version.
find the minis. I think the minis are over here.
A lot of people swear by the mini.
Now this one, by the way, is a little bit more practical. What this is a 4-camera. I believe this is honestly, it's for color grading cameras. So you can come in. It looks like a joystick control. See how I'm changing? That's brightness, and look at this contrast. Look at that. So you could just dial. They've turned camera control from a. What do they call it?
It's a Batman movie.
See? And then this is who knows? But look at all these. You can change the whites.
Yeah.
I mean, to me, I'm a tactile kind of guy, and a lot of artists like to have their hands on the equipment they're using. Look what they've done with this.
There's a lot to be said for knobs.
This is called the. I don't even know what this is called. Oh.
Yeah, you can really create a whole different feel playing with the color grades. I mean, I was kidding,
well,
but
let's
the Batman movies honestly are carried away, right?
This to me is really interesting.
Dark and the blue.
So they've really just turned camera lighting control into just the most tactile options for what this is iris. Oh, that's iris. So you're actually opening and closing the iris. You're then twisting this.
Too much.
The black. Oh, too much. Look at this. And then all the whites, the blacks. I mean,
Wow.
Wow.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
That's pretty cool. Let's find the more affordable ones, huh?
Yeah. Does it have a price?
Oh. The Mini Extreme right there.
Ah.
Yeah. I think it's actually. I think this is it right here. Oh.
Right. So this is the one that many of our guests have sworn by. And
Well.
was it 4 cameras?
So we have the A10 Mini. Then there's the Mini Extreme, and then that is actually what they're talking about right there, the HyperDeck Shuttle, which for $500 gives you like a little jog dial to record, clip, or play the output. I bet you it has an HDMI in and out.
Oh no, that's the light.
Oh no, yeah, it does. It's got an HDMI in and out, an SD card for recording. And so basically you just loop that into any Blackmagic ATEM input, and then you've got your own little recorder. Because the whole point of this is that you don't need a computer a lot of times.
Yeah.
Because computers can get difficult to work with. Yeah. And so it's all hardware switching. That's actually a pretty big product for Blackmagic, because you can just loop in and out your whatever video source and audio source you want, record it. And I don't even know why you'd want to have that jog dial thing. Does it do slow motion instant replay? Desktop recorder for large search dial for easy clip searching and playback. Wow, so literally like you record to it, and then I'm guessing, okay, so it's got an input and an output. Probably the output of this probably shows you a monitor, and when you hit pause, you can scrub backwards into the video that you recorded and then play the clip back out of the output.
Can you use that to have the 5-second delay on the person you think might curse?
Yeah, like, so, yeah, that's pretty cool. Pretty cool option, because Magic has so many customers who already have the A10 Mini. This is like a nice little high quality upgrade.
All right, what else should we look at?
You want to go to Adobe?
Yeah, let's go look at Adobe. Everybody looks at Adobe. Wow. I love the software.
How's our connection? Hi, how's it going? Hey, Ken. He's live
We are.
streaming, yeah.
Oh,
See,
I'm
Ken?
sorry. How you doing?
No,
I
it's all right.
recognize you. I just your camera.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, I got the 20 SDI, 20 times SDI.
Sweet.
Have you guys upgraded that camera?
So,
There's new
yeah,
firmware.
let's talk about our setup for a
SRT
second while we
now
chat.
and a few others.
This is one of the toughest RF environments in the world. So I hear we're not doing perfect, but the fact that we're live streaming it all, pretty good. So we got an iPhone 12 Pro as the camera. We're using Rode Wireless Go mic. And then we're using Speedify, combine an AT&T cellular built into that phone with the Verizon cellular off a Wi-Fi hotspot on this Android phone in my hand. So bonding those two together, the live stream test before we went live was saying that, you know, we were getting 720p
Yeah, that would be
here.
like your
It's not perfect. You know, in our studio we run the test that tells us, hey, 4K, 2K, whatever you want.
Do have a little bit,
So it's tough here. There are so many people live streaming. There are so many Wi-Fi hotspots. There are just so many people. It's brutal. And then we're stabilizing it with our usual. We're using a DJI Osmo gimbal. So, you know, that's why the video is not shaking, right? So Ryan's walking around holding things, basically a robotic arm that stops the camera from shaking. I am seeing live chat here. So I saw the comments about some of you guys, you know, saying the video is coming and going. Sorry about that. Now that's not showing anything. I don't know. But like I said, internet is terrible here.
All right, let's keep going.
All right, let's keep going.
All right, so over to Adobe's right here.
Adobe.
Adobe's by far
Except
one of
maybe
my
for their
favorites.
pricing.
So the thing about Adobe is when you come to NAB, they always have some type of announcement.
Right.
And my story is, Mike always likes and send the Adobe trainings. You can just they're free. Sit down. They teach you something about Adobe. That's kind of genius.
Yeah.
Because instead of just like showing off all their tech toys, they're just
actually
sitting
teach the
down,
people how to use
teach the
it.
people
Right?
how to use it. So that's what they've always do. It's always just like this, and they have trainings, and people attend, and everybody likes it. So I would say 3-4 years ago, whatever the last NAB was, they introduced. What are they doing now? Oh, they're doing Premiere.
Premiere. Yeah.
So Premiere is a complicated tool, and from time to time, Adobe will add a new cool feature. So,
does it have much live streaming stuff these days?
No,
it
doesn't.
Yeah. I used to use it for editing videos before we started live streaming.
This is what I use for editing all my videos.
Yeah, and we were.
Oh, that's a beautiful little house.
We were interviewing for a producer, and everyone
uses Premiere.
Everyone's
right?
using Premiere.
Yeah, it's probably the most popular software for video post production, like cutting stuff up. They released Adobe Premiere Rush, which was like basically Premiere for your smartphone. But I think you have to also film on your smartphone for that to make a whole lot of sense.
Right.
But all these little buttons and stuff, things that you learn. When we were here, they added animated graphics to Premiere. Because Premiere has always been traditionally like, put your clips in, cut them up, make your video, but then take it and use Adobe After Effects for the 3D graphics and all this other stuff. They realize, and it's true, is that like if you can get a video done like without having to use a second effing program to add your graphics, everyone's just going to do that.
Right.
And so...
Yeah, it supported sort of just flat overlays and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, it was just like text. And now they have some layers of animated graphics. But yeah, it's a great tool. And I just remember my buddy Mike, our video editor, was like, look at this, animated graphics. And he sat down and he learned about it. And then ever since then, he's been using it,
Yeah.
So that's Adobe for you. They have a full schedule
Shane,
right there.
So as I was saying, we're live at the NABShow. If you guys post comments and stuff, we see them. So if you have questions for me, for Paul, if you want us to go ask the Adobe people something, post in the comments. We're seeing them. So, keep it coming.
You want to go look for a small booth that no one would have seen? Yeah. Let's go to a tiny one and try to find, because that's part of the fun at NAB too.
I saw a vMix booth. I was thinking eventually we should drop by there.
You know what? This is perfect. We're basically doing a little loop. We'll end at vMix, or over by the PTZ Optics booth even.
Yeah. We got to go see your booth.
Yeah. But one of the fun things about coming to NAB is finding the little tiny booths.
Yeah.
Where you're like, that's a business model? I'll tell you one that someone was telling me about. There's a company, it's called Smell-O-Vision. And literally, they have a product for movie theaters where it's at certain points in the movie, they eject smells. Isn't that funny?
Okay.
Maybe we can find them, maybe we can't. But these are where the small booths are.
Years ago, I did some work as a defense contractor. And the Marines built this artificial Afghani village somewhere in California. And one of the products they had, and they had 3 or 4 of these, they had these smell generators. Wow. And they had these cartridges they put in. And there were ones like goat smell.
Are you serious?
Yeah, manure. And the U.S. government buys these cartridges and they stick them in this machine. It's sort of like a fog machine. And
smells are important,
And it fills their little fake village.
Wow.
With smells.
That's hilarious.
Strangest thing.
So somebody has adapted that similar technology to the live streaming industry, or more video. And if you have a movie, someone sitting down. This is a company you might want to learn about in the future. Very strong in the house of worship market.
Oh yeah.
It's called Resi, Resilient Streaming. And it's mostly about their encoder. So they have a really good encoder that it does some. It's like not low latency at all, but it's like high on resiliency, and so they're not worrying about the latency that builds up. And they've got a really good buffer.
Right, for a church service, being 20 seconds behind is absolutely fine.
So they have some technology that provides for that. Trying to think what else would be interesting. I think the vMix.
People are asking me how many internet connections we're using. We're using 2. We're using an AT&T cellular, and we're using a Verizon cellular off this phone.
How's the quality?
It is brutal conditions. The quality is apparently coming and going a little bit. People are saying.
We were having the same problem with our stream last time.
So maybe later in the day we'll try to figure out how to jury rig something with a 3rd internet connection, but we're here now.
Yeah, we had the same thing happen to our stream yesterday, and then, just so you know, and this would be a cool thing for your audience to find out, there is a guy that sells cellular bonding routers that he has 3 or 4 SIM cards in, and he's going to let us use it for our stream. Actually, at 11. So we should probably head over there because you guys would love to see it too.
Yeah, sure.
So, yeah, because it would work with Speedify perfectly. Okay.
Yeah, there are trickier things I can do given a little time, right? I can use my laptop, run Speedify on that, tether all of our cell phones off it, and then use it as the hotspot for the phone to get more. But hey, we're live. We're walking around. Time to tinker.
So the vMix booth is legit.
Okay.
And then we'll get you that cellular bonding thing too. You'll like it. This is the X Keys booth, by the way.
Oh, nice.
Actually, I need to get a little footage of Maggie. Hey, Maggie.
All right, let's go say hi to Maggie.
Do you have time for a little booth tour?
Oh, sure.
All right.
That's what I do.
Come on, Ryan.
All right.
What do you got?
What do we got? Well, we have a bit of everything. So we have all different shapes and sizes of programmable USB devices. So in this row, post-production, pre-production, camera switching, cue prompting, video editing, graphic design. We have buttons that plug into switch interfaces. We have rack mount solutions. We have this lovely guy that's actually...
That's a pedal, right? So,
Yep, so
you can have it completely hidden that down the ground you're tapping this button.
We have our bigger models. We have 128 keys. We have foot pedals. We have the giant jog shuttle. A lot of people use it for video editing productions. So.
You know what? We just saw the one at Black Magic just released some type of jog shuttle. And it was $500, and they were selling it for their popular little A10s. This I see is only $300, and it's got a lot more keys.
It does have a lot more keys.
Yeah.
And if you don't want all of those keys, everything in our booth is basically like a Lego concept. So you can just take a key puller and just swap out stuff. So like if you want a bigger key on here, you can just swap it out. You can block off things too, which is really nice if you don't want to have to look. You can feel where you are. So a lot of people will block off different sections. So you can really customize it as much as you need. We sell a lot of the pre-printed sets now too, so these are all acrylic. These have lens caps under there, so you can make your own labels or we give you samples. Or you can buy the acrylic set. We bought a big new printer this year, so we can make all of these in-house.
It's made in the USA, by the way.
Yes, made in the USA. A lot of it is made in the USA, like this guy is. The switch interfaces are. These are made in Taiwan. That's made in the USA. That
This is one of my favorites.
Beautiful
That's really nice.
XK64 replay unit for vMix.
So it's totally configurable, right? I can move that left hand.
No, not these two,
All
unfortunately.
Right.
But
all
not
right,
yet.
okay.
Yo, this one's designed
I'm not
for
complaining,
vMix.
I'm just trying to
No,
figure it
I
out.
wanted to show you because this is what's new in our booth this year.
Oh.
So the modular systems are going to be brand new.
Wait, come on, come show us. Come show us.
It's going on your stream here.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
So we are going to let you basically build your own XP. So you're going to be able to pick and choose different modules. You can have your own little studio. You can have your entire rack mount system. That's coming hopefully by the end of the year. So you can, if you want
this whole thing?
Yep, you can have different sizes. You can go 2 high, you can go 5 high.
Wow.
You can have a QWERTY.
So
you can
something
have
like this
styrofoam.
cost?
We're getting there. Just literally brand new. And so I don't even really know all these prices off the top of my head. It's going to be like an a la carte type system because you can build whatever you'd like on here. So I mean, you're just going to have to mix and match. So it just depends on how high you want it. The modules are going to cost different things. So it's basically
People love their controllers.
It's
the way that you input your data.
And we've had people for a long time ask about moving the analogs. That's why I was like, no, I got it this year because we've been wanting to do this for a very long time. And another really cool thing about this, there's room for a Raspberry Pi back in here. So you can have your own computer in here. You could even get a monitor to mount in the back, so you can literally have your own production right here. And this can actually be as big as you want it. This is my favorite size. We brought this one because you can fit the 3. But if you want 3 jock shuttles in here, if you want 3 T-bars in here, you can do that. Next best thing before this, hopefully by next NAB, I'm thinking we'll have this like add to cart where you can buy it. We do make all that in Michigan, but it's a lot of labor. So this guy, I'm super excited about. This should be ready by the fall.
Wow.
So it's going to be a standalone T-bar. vMix, of course, already has it integrated in. But this is going to have all different RGB backlighting. So you can have all different colors. This is the only XT that's going to be like that, and I'm really excited about it. So we just pre-printed these, but you can have whatever you want on there. So this is going to be a little T-bar you can take on the go. Reminds you of like a little
So what's
cart.
the thing with the Raspberry Pi called so I can look it up later?
Well, we are calling these our XT Pyrac modular control systems. So we don't have it on the website yet. If you want to go to xts.com and shoot me an email after the show, I'll be happy to send you information. We literally were finishing this as I was packing up the booth this year. It was slightly stressful. So so it's brand new.
Okay. You guys are allowed to do that because you do make your own products here in America. So Maggie's like, if you need this, I will go and make it for you.
And one of our
if I have to.
new things that might be hopefully by next year are faders. This is extremely prototype right now. It's not, it's like falling apart. But the technology, we're finally there. So hopefully we'll have that in its own like standalone. It's talking about doing 2, maybe keeping the 4, and you'll be able to slide that in here. So I mean, you can really build your own XT at this point. So I mean, if you don't want
you have
the
a card or
basics,
something?
I do.
All right, there's a giant multinational company I can't name who's jamming Raspberry Pis into boxes with buttons to get our software in a little box with buttons. And I should make an introduction here. So, all right.
Well, thanks for stopping. I'm literally on my way to see Tess in about 4 minutes.
Do you want to walk over there with us?
All right.
Amber's talking. I gotta sit Amber too. And I'm
Maggie's
bringing all
gonna
of it,
join us for a walk.
You get to hear it again.
Do you want me to carry anything?
All right. That's some fun toys. Some really fun, literal fun toys. What is with the Legos?
Hey, how's it going?
I've seen all their videos. I've probably talked to you on the phone a few times. But I'm a busy optics rep for Staring.
All right.
Yeah, we do. We're walking over there now.
That's pretty cool. We'll demonstrate all the real software for managing the studio because they've got three little webcams here.
There's
so this is an actual working studio.
How it works with our cameras.
World's smallest with Lego figurines. Actually, I don't know that's the world's smallest, but it could be.
You could probably ask Maggie. Does your joystick work with our cameras?
That's a cool demo. Take notes. Little tiny green screen back there, and they got the green screen going. All right. I really like that. It is cute, right? And it's a full multi-camera studio. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Cameras, working green screen.
So we have to ask her.
It does. That is a marvelous demo. That's really nice. All right. Take notes, those of you planning booths for future shows.
Oh, I forgot to tell you. They are live streaming.
The idea of a full demo using Lego figurines. That has never occurred to me. And I have Lego figurines on my desk.
All right. All right, so we're the team is growing. Now we've got Maggie with us.
All right.
And we're just gonna do a drive-by on vMix. Now, they're completely out of mouse pads. Here, you can.
There we go.
Hi, Amber. We met yesterday, didn't we?
Yes.
This is so hilarious to me because I know for a fact, I was trying to explain this to someone. I was like, have you been to the vMix booth? They have all these mouse pad holders. And then it came to me, I was like, they must have custom built this thing because you can't just buy
they did.
like a 20.
Don't you know they're a mouse pad company now? That's what Tim told me. That's what they're doing now. They're just selling mouse pads.
It looks like they took down some of the plexiglass too.
I know, right? A little bit.
Dude, it was so intimidating. It's like, whoa.
And TJ, who is an Xbox champion.
Oh, yeah.
He
TJ's
has
there.
an XT64 replay unit X keys and VMix in action. Comes to TJ. He's got it running over there. It's pretty fantastic.
All right.
He's the replay guru.
All right.
TJ, what do you got there?
What's up, man?
Got the X keys?
All right. Thank you so much, Maggie.
Good to see you. Hey, Tom.
Hello.
Caught ya on camera.
I'm coming to visit. In 20 minutes or something.
Oh, yeah, you're on live.
Did y'all just do X keys?
Yeah. So we'll see you soon. All right. You guys have now seen Tom Sinclair. You've seen Tim Vandenberg. You guys are like getting the full NAB experience. Yeah, it is fun. I'm trying to bring Alex and the Speedify crew into like the actual cool kids crew from the NAB show, but.
So, Paul, Maggie's not mic'd, so if she's talking, do try to hold that towards her. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's your cue, Maggie.
Oh, what would you like to hear about?
Maybe I should give her my mic. She's more interesting than I am.
All of my friends at NAB, well, obviously you guys. I mean, I love the PTC Optics crew. Over at VMix, Tim and Martin, TJ. I just met Greg for the first time. So that was fun. Yeah, Greg. And then we actually have Joe from Central Control all the way from the UK in our booth this year. And what's really cool about that is he actually wrote that software in 2020. So he didn't get to meet anyone face to face. He did shows with TJ remote for almost 2 years and never got to meet him. So I'm really happy he came all the way over to hang out with us. So everyone's like, how did you get Joe in your booth? I said, well, you have to give him an X keys and try to convince him to come over. But
how do you get anyone to do anything? You give them X keys and then they do what you say.
One of the things that people say a lot at this show, we get a lot of people that stop that already know about us, but they want to see what's next. They always say, oh, well, I had a problem and I just threw an X keys at it. I would work. So I love hearing it. I mean, honestly, work in just about anything environment. Any software, it takes keystrokes, hotkeys, macros, shortcuts, you name it, we can do it. So, yep.
It's true. They can.
And yours in the booth look pretty nice.
Yep, they do look good. And they do work. We've set them all up with VMix. It's an interesting like camera control solution where like, let's say you have 2 or 3 cameras, and you don't need a whole lot of buttons with what our set's like 10 buttons.
Right.
That's all you kind of need for what we're doing.
You want someone to just hop in and be able to do it and not think. You just push the buttons.
That's like our salespeople. We're like, we don't have time to train everybody.
Exactly.
Just make it dead stupid simple.
And even for mission critical, you don't want something live to go wrong. So you just throw an X keys at it.
So look who we found. Everyone on the Speedify stream has to meet test. Did you get the new cellular bonding situation?
No. Okay. We're going with what we got.
Good. Speedify is having the same exact scenario.
Speedify? Yeah. But it's a little clogged in here. Let's just say that.
The cellular connectivity is just not what it used to be.
So they have an $80 a day Wi-Fi plan. Does anyone know? Does that work?
Ooh, I did not know it was a thing.
Should we try that? It's going to work better than our
I have no idea.
Doubt it's for streaming.
Now this is a microphone.
Yeah.
This is what we should have had today.
So it's the go-to.
Hey, we're learning.
On a
We're
handle.
learning so much.
Oh, you're
I gotta get some water.
You're the CEO of Connectify, which I.
Yes, I am.
Okay, no,
and now you're the interviewer. That's fine.
I can't help myself. I don't know what's wrong. Take it.
Take it out.
That's beautiful.
That's so funny. Yeah, we're about to start our own stream. Maybe our streams will cross.
Yeah. Yes, I think we're actually live streaming to the StreamGeeks too here.
Okay, so we're hosting.
All right.
You got a real gimbal.
Yeah, and we love it. I mean, it's a DJI Osmo. It's like 3-year-old model, but it's good enough. It's good enough, yeah. It makes such a huge difference when you're on a mobile phone. The shaking hand.
Yeah, I was trying to take a video this morning. I'm like, just shaking the whole time. Like I need.
I always wonder, like Apple has those like made on iPhone videos. You're like, there's no way to get that out of an iPhone. Turns out once it's on a stabilizer, you can. They're perfectly good cameras.
Yeah.
So.
Cool. Future investments.
Yeah, right?
Somewhat watchable video. Just doing it.
Yeah, the whole
some
way.
nice friends come over. Paul uses his cameras. Have fun.
So, any other things while I'm here? Have you seen any awesome
I
stuff?
honestly haven't got to walk much, so I'm hoping.
Yeah, that's what
Usually the last day of the show is when exhibitors get to venture out. So I haven't even been into West Hall. I got a little bit into Central because not Grass Valley, but I was a unit in their booth, so we talked to them for a little bit. And
Nice.
So it's just nice to get to see some of the people. I haven't been to Bird Dog yet, and I'm competitors with these guys, but they're buddies too, so I need to get over there. So.
All right, cool.
One of these days I'll get out.
So you consider the Elgato StreamGeeks? Those are pretty
what is the
competitive,
present
right?
company say? There are annoying neighbors. They're just different than us. I think that they are nice looking, they're snazzy, but you are limited those buttons. You cannot change them. And I've also heard mission critical from people saying, I don't know if I hit it, and then I hit it twice because they definitely feel a lot different than our tactile. You know when you hit our buttons. So I mean,
there's a lot to be
just
said
depends
for
on what you're using it for.
the physical stuff.
Yeah, and I do think. I mean, I used to do a lot of live streaming for our company. I mean, it's nerve-wracking when you're mission critical. You don't want to hit the wrong button, especially a lot of our small companies. You're doing it and you're doing it. You're the producer and you're on the live camera. So I mean, being able to just know what you're hitting, know what you're doing, makes a big difference.
That's awesome.
And we do have all those different flavors. I know they just came out with the foot pedal, but they haven't gone analog yet, so I think we still have them on that setup. But no, they're right. I mean, they're in this world now, and it is what it is.
Yeah, you've done some great stuff.
Yeah,
I'm really excited about the Raspberry Pi.
Yeah,
I'm not kidding about that.
Yeah, it's a very cool option for people that just want to build their own little custom setups.
Yeah.
I'm excited about that too. So it's been a long time making. We are a small company, but we do big things. We ship to 95 countries, so I mean, I like that we do make a lot in the U.S. based anywhere in the U.S. So I do like that, being able to say some of our stuff's made here. So.
Yeah, no, that is great. All right, thanks, Maggie.
You're welcome. I know Paul always brings fun people over. Like, come on over, Paul. Bring all your friends.
It's awesome.
And he's a good one to know. I mean, obviously, him and Tess have been in this world for a long time, and they know a lot of people. So I mean, that's just what you do when you come here. And then your network grows. I don't know if you guys are invited to the big thing tonight, and you just network and meet face to face.
All right, awesome. All right.
Well, I think that's it. I don't know if you got anything else fun to say.
Not really.
What have we not
you
said?
got most of it there, so.
All right. Maybe harass some PTZ optics people. Yeah.
Where we're doing this at. I'm not quite sure where. I mean, she's got cameras set up. I'm assuming maybe back there. I don't know.
All right. Cool.
You guys have fun. Have
All
you
right.
watched the whole thing yet, though?
No, we really haven't.
Okay. I've heard it from
We
lots of
flew in
people.
we flew in last night
Oh,
and
so you
started
just
off.
started
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, you got a lot of walking.
Interviewed a couple people and
Comfy,
yeah.
hopefully.
Got
Long
I
hair
got the
since
custom
our first year, I'm
inserts.
like, you gotta wear that shit, man.
Makes a
Cannot wear
huge
heels
difference.
here. I always
So.
cut through the bigger booths, like they have some squishy carpet. I try to zig and zag through the squishy.
Oh yeah, that's right. You start noticing which booths have the better carpet.
Yeah. And then you walk a little bit slower. It's like,
Yeah, because it's solid concrete underneath.
It is very much so.
What's often very
Yes, it
thin
is.
carpet.
The arches of my feet last night were telling me, oh yes, this we're at a trade show. So.
Yeah. Custom inserts. $300 for well spent.
Is it? I like my New Balances. These are my favorite trade shows so far. So.
All right.
I learned my lesson the hard way many years ago.
Yeah.
Like, why did I wear flats?
Ooh, that would be a long day.
And then nothing in Vegas is short distance, so anything
No,
you do
no.
is a hike. So it's like,
This
oh,
place,
it's just
everything's
right there.
huge here.
No, it's not just right there. It's you up and over and over and over and up and over. So.
Yeah.
It's her first time in Vegas. So
Yeah.
she's got
Oh, is it?
First time, yeah.
It's Ryan's first time in Vegas as well.
Where are you guys staying at?
The Mandalay. So not close at all, actually.
Not close at all.
So Ryan gambled for the first time in Vegas yesterday.
Nice.
Took $50, put it down on roulette, tripled his money, and walked away.
Hey, that's
So
a good experience.
Yeah. The poor guy next to him was just putting down more and more money.
It's rough sometimes watching that. I don't know. Gambling's okay, but
Yeah.
not really.
Just giant stacks of chips just disappearing.
You see that too. Like, why did you walk away? So good on you, man.
Yeah.
Well, he actually turned to us at one point. He says, I know I'm chasing after the money I lost, which you're never supposed to do, but
But here I am.
here I am. So.
Sorry to interrupt you guys.
No, you go ahead.
They told me to come back to talk
Thank
to
you.
about.
All right. Are we reaching an end here? What time is it? So you've been streaming for an hour? Right.
Has it only been 45 minutes? We could walk further. Let's walk around more. We're all here. Anyone have things they want to see at the show? It's the NAB show. It's all online, and I've lost the comments. So let me take a second to pull that up. It was a text from Ryan. Here are the chat. Sadly, every time I reload the chat, for me it starts over, so I cannot see anything that you guys have posted before. So I just lost it. So if you post, I will see your questions. If you recently asked me a question, I'm afraid to say I lost it. So post again. I'm here. I'm watching the chat. So let's wander a little bit, Ryan. Yeah. So as I said, we're using Speedify. We're using AT&T and Verizon. This is a brutal environment, right? I mean, you hear everybody talking about things not working. And it's the truth, right? There's so many companies shoved in together. All right, Supermicro. Harness the power of AI with real 3D collaboration. Should we ask these people what they do? That's all right. Hey, I'm good. So we're live streaming. Is that right?
Oh, you're live streaming. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I hope so. I think it's
Yeah.
So we
Is this like
so
TV
we're like
stations?
99% we're B2B. So,
Right.
you know, you can look at some of these companies in here are our customers, right? They buy a service from us, you know. And of course, like AMD, we buy CPUs from them, so we can put them in systems like this.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we compete with Dell, with HP, Lenovo, with Inspur.
Right. Okay.
You know, server structure.
So what is this 3D creative collaboration thing you're launching here?
So that is we have a system over here that's our Threadripper Pro, Ryzen Threadripper Pro system. It's a workstation, and this is actually